Assalamualaikum. Today, I will present chapter 1 which introduce our research topic. Leadership is widely recognized as one of the most important factors that influence organizational effectiveness and employee outcome. In modern organizations, leaders are responsible not only for setting goals and making decisions, but also for motivating employees, shaping organizational culture, and ensuring employees perform at their best. Effective leadership creates a work environment that supports productivity, commitment, and continuous improvement. At the same time, employee performance is a key determinant of organizational success because it affects productivity, service quality, and overall organizational outcome. Employees who perform well contribute positively to organizational growth, while poor performance can prevent organizations from achieving their objectives. Therefore, leadership styles adopted by managers play a major role in influencing employee motivation and work performance. Next, the background of the study highlight that today's business environment is changing rapidly due to technology, globalization, and strong competition. This creates pressure for organizations to improve efficiency, productivity, and service quality. As a result, organization depends more on human resource as a competitive advantage, making employee performance a major concern. Leadership becomes important because different leadership styles can create different employee attitudes and different performance outcomes. However, the problem is that even though leadership and employee performance have been widely studied, many organizations still face low productivity and declining performance. Also, past research has not clearly concluded which leadership style is most effective. Some studies support transformational leadership, others highlight transactional leadership, while laissez-faire leadership is often viewed as weaker. In addition, many studies examine these leadership styles separately rather than within one framework. This creates a research gap and therefore further research is needed. This study aims to examine the relationship between leadership style and employee performance. Specifically, the research focus on their leadership style, transformational, transitional, and laissez-faire leadership. The research objectives are first to examine the relationship between transformational leadership and employee performance. Second, to examine the relationship between transactional leadership and employee performance. Third, to examine the relationship between laissez-faire leadership and employee performance. Based on this objective, the research questions are: is there any significant relationship between transformational leadership and employee performance? Is there significant relationship between transitional leadership and employee performance? And is there significant relationship between laissez-faire leadership and employee performance? In terms of significance, this study is important for organizational leaders and researchers. Organizations can use the finding to identify leadership styles that improve employee performance, develop better leadership training. Leaders can understand how their leadership approach affects employees. Researchers can also gain additional evidence to support leadership theories by studying the three leadership styles together. Lastly, this study has several limitations. First, is focused only on the three leadership styles and excludes other styles such as servant leadership or autocratic leadership. Second, the study used self-reported data which may contain bias. Third, the finding may not be fully generalizable because the research is conducted in the specific context. Despite this limitation, the study provides valuable insight and can support future research. Now we will continue from the previous page on the definition of terms used in this study. This section is important because it ensures that the key concepts in our research are clearly understood and interpreted in the same way. First, employee performance. refers to how well employees carry out their job responsibility effectively and efficiently based on the organizational standard. In this study, employee performance includes two main elements, task performance and contextual performance. Next, task performance refers to the core duties that are formally required as a part of an employee job role. It's focused on completing responsibility that directly contribute to organizational productivity and achieving work objectives. Then contextual performance refers to voluntary behavior that go beyond formal job duties. This includes behavior such as helping colleagues, showing initiative, teamwork, and supporting organizational objectives. Although these behaviors are not part of the formal job requirement, they contribute to a positive working environment and improve overall performance. Moving on, transactional leadership refers to a leadership style based on the exchange relationship between leaders and employees. In this style, leaders use rewards, supervision, and corrective action to achieve performance targets. Transactional leaders also emphasize clear rules, structured tasks, and performance monitoring to motivate employees. In contrast, laissez-faire leadership is characterized by minimal involvement from leaders. Leaders provide limited guidance and feedback. Employees are given high autonomy to manage their work independently. However, this style may create confusion in employees' lack direction. Lastly, organizational effectiveness refers to how well an organization achieves its goal and objective through efficient use of resource, effective management practices, and high employee performance. In short, this definition helps strengthen the clarity of this study and support the research framework by ensuring that all key variables are properly understood.
Hi everyone, I'll be taking over for chapter 2, starting with our dependent variable, which is employee performance. Basically, we can look at this as the heartbeat of the organization according to Prodan and China. It's all about how effectively and efficiently a staff member hits their target. We have broken this down into two parts: task performance, which is the day-to-day job description, and contextual performance, which refer to those extra effort like teamwork and having a great attitude that keep the office running smoothly. To give our study a solid foundation, we are leaning on the full-range leadership theory by Bass and Avoldio. This story is perfect because it doesn't just stick to one style. It views leadership as a spectrum from very active to passive. As you can see in our research from the work diagram, we are mapping out how these three styles directly fit into influence the overall performance of the employee. It's the logic that connect on our variable together. Lastly, based on the framework, we developed three main hypotheses. For H1, we expect the transformational leadership will act as a major catalyst to boost performance. For H2, we anticipate that the clear structure of transactional leadership will have a positive link to task completion. And for H3, we believe that even a less for approach will have a notable impact on performance. A tough research targets is often in a more challenging and or negative way. That's all for the intellectual review. I will proceed to the next presenter.
Types of investigation. This study adopts a quantitative survey research design. A quantitative approach is appropriate because it allows the researcher to collect numerical data and analyze the relationship between variables using statistical techniques. The survey method enables the researcher to collect data from a large number of respondents. This approach is suitable for examining the relationship between leadership style and employee performance, and for the testing the hypothesis developed in this study. Extent of research interference. The extent of research interference in this study is minimal. The researcher do not manipulate any variable or interfere with the respondent work environment. Respondents are only required to answer the questionnaire based on their perceptions and experience. Minimal researcher interference ensures that the data collected reflect real workplace conditions and reduce the risk of bias caused by researcher involvement. Study setting. The study is conducted in a non-contrived setting, specifically within the respondent's natural work environment. Data is collected online through a Google Form questionnaire, allowing respondents to participate at their convenience. Conducting the study in a natural setting helps ensure that respondents provide honest and accurate response based on their actual workplace experience. Unit of analysis. The data of analysis for this study is individual employees. Each responder represents one unit of analysis, and data is collected based on employees' perceptions of leadership style and their self-reported performance. Focusing on the individual employees allow the researcher to analyze how leadership style directly affect employees' performance at the individual level. Time horizon. This study adopts a cross-sectional time horizon where data is collected at a single point this time. This cross-sectional design is suitable due to time constraint and the objective of examining relationship rather than change over time. This approach allows the researcher to efficiently analyze the relationship between leadership style and employees' performance within a limited time frame. Population. The populations of this study consists of employees working in the organization who have direct experience working under a supervisor or manager. These employees are suitable respondents as they are able to evaluate leadership style and report their own performance. The population includes employees from different departments and different positions to ensure diverse perspective. Sample size. The sample size for this study consists of 150 respondents. A sample size of 150 is considered sufficient for quantitative analysis and hypothesis testing. Particularly for correlates and reliable analysis, the respondents are selected using a convenient sampling method based on accessibility and willingness to participate. This sample size is adequate for provide reliable statistical result and meaningful conclusions. Primary data collection instrument used in this study is a structured questionnaire distributed via Google Form. The questionnaire consists of several sections. Section A, collect demographic information of the respondent. Section B, measure transformational leadership. Section C, measure transactional leadership. And Section D, measure laissez-faire leadership. And Section E, focus on employee performance. All items in the questionnaire are measured using 5-point Likert scale ranging from 1 to 5. Plan for data analysis. The data collected through Google Form is exported and analyzed using the statistical package for the social science (SPSS). Reliability analysis is conducted using Converge Alpha to assess the internal consistency of the measurement scale.